What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Wednesday, June 30th to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. Coming off another winning day yesterday, 7 wins, 5 losses, plus 1.45 units. Another high watermark in MLB. We're seeing things clearly. We must keep it going. Feels really good. But today is a tricky card, and there was 3 games that I wanted to attack, and I only attacked one of them because not every box I could tick, it wasn't congruent in every way that I was hoping for, so I stayed off a couple spots that I had expected to bet. I'm very, very excited with what we are doing on this show. It's everything that I always dreamt of. We are sharing our angles. We are working very hard. We're putting in tons of hours going over, analyzing numbers, and then coming together here on our shows and sharing all these different gambling opportunities. And we're fucking winning. We are winning day after day after day. And yeah, we want this show to be fun. Yeah, a positive energy, all that. But no, we need to win. The most important thing is fucking winning. And we are doing that. And it makes me so goddamn excited. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Let's get to work. Brian Watson ready to eat. We got Alex Gagnon in the house. Christopher Gargaro, a perfect example of the low bag way with his hard study on spin rates and then bringing all that information right to the table. God damn, I like it. And he says that the big spin drop candidates there, Ohtani, Perez, Cease, and Allard. God, I wanted to. Well, the Cease and Allard. So the White Sox game against Ober Bailey was when I had expected to attack, but the public's already on the White Sox, and the market's moving towards the Twins. Red flag, stop. Don't bet it. Talk about it here with you guys and then decide whether or not to follow through. And then Allard going up against Bassett at home. Why would the market not be moving towards the A's? And I find these A's Rangers games so tricky, and it burnt me yesterday. I mean, 2 of my 5 losses were in that game. Although I really thought I was going to cash that first 5 over 4.5 in the top of the 5th when they had none out and runners on the corners. Very upsetting. Christopher Gargano says just because Ohtani's spin is down doesn't mean he's going to struggle. He says guys like Bauer, Darvish, etc. have had huge spin drops and have still dominated. Much more to it. Spin one piece of the puzzle. Well put. I love that. There's Hustle Wilson ready to get to work. Jace Gum. Hustle Wilson, Jace Gum. These guys, OG low baggers. Love working with you guys. Ostino Liggett in the house. There's Matty Ice. Started the Taint play of the day. Said Taint looked good for so long. Yeah, I think it was a poor decision to leave what's his name on the mound. Why am I drawing a blank? What the hell's going on with me? What the hell's wrong with me? How much money did I say what?
Charlie Morton,
yeah. Why did we leave Charlie Morton on the mound there? It was just you're playing with fire. You're going to put Morton out there in the 7th inning? And look at my man Jose on the 1s and 2s. Always got my back. And Jose cashed yesterday on his first 5 under 3.5. And both of those totals were in my capping. So I know we can't get too caught up in the market because both of those totals that I was so heavy and high on, the under 7 in the Brewers Cubs game and the other under 7 in the Dodgers Giants game, market went heavy against me, moved to 7.5, and also moved to 7.5, where if you wanted the under 7.5, you could have got regular VIG, and they cashed easily. So, I probably am taking too much into the market right now, but let's just keep doing whatever it is we're doing, because how many times in a row have I come on the show and said we've hit a new high water mark in MLB? There's Sharpie in the house. We have the Dirty K prop ready to go. Peterson over 4.5 minus 115. Atlanta top 10 in strikeout percentage all year versus left-handed pitching. At 25%. Last 30 days, they're at 29%. Peterson coming off 3 good starts, 2-0 to the number in the last 4 games versus a top 10 team All right, let's copy and paste this. The Dirty K prop is in. I repeat, the Dirty K prop is in, baby. Let's go. Gonna pop this up over that Mets game. Oh shit, that's the tomorrow. Yesterday. Sorry, let's get up over this Mets game. Mets game popping off. We got that double dip. When's this Mets game? Sorry, taking me a second to find it. 7:20 p.m. Eastern. Mets Braves. So, you take what the schedule gives you. You take what the league gives you. It's something that I always say in the Sports That We Cap. And yesterday I came in with 9 bets ready to go. And my additions went just 1 and 2, which is a little different than what has been going on here. My additions had been with a much higher ROI than my early bets. But today, only one bet in. And that is the Phillies' first 4.5. Because Bet365 gave 10 different first 5 alternate game lines, but not the Phillies game. Why? Why? Because they're trying to minimize their losses is why. That's how I take it. There's, hey, Swaz, ready to get to work. Danny A. Trotwam, he will be making an appearance on the show. Tyrone Coleman, ready to eat. We got DC in the house. Jeff Joseph says, we'll be back Woodbine tomorrow for a few. Excited to be back. Yes, I am very, very excited to be back. I've also made some reservations. I got family coming into town. And we should let's make reservations. Let's set up a time where we can go hit the ponies together. I would like Friday night racing. Can we pick a Friday night where we can go hammer the ponies? There's Gerald Jones, Vaughn Polo. But I was looking to see if we can do group stuff, and they're not letting us because it's just 25% capacity. So they're not letting you make reservations over 4 at this point, but we can get around that shit. There's TJ in the house, Fat Wally, ready to get to work. I love it. Mike M. Red Girl, 6 and 2 last night. Man, is she a spectacular capper. Red Girl in the house. Okay, I'm a little behind. We got Rocky Menichetti, Sharpie, and Sharpie's already delivered his goods, and we'll break that down more. And, Von Polo coming off a rough day. We're going to turn that around for you, Von Polo. Also, I want to get in touch with you today, Von Polo. If you've got time, I'd like to get in touch with you. There's J Dub ready to go. Chris Gargaro says 0 spin concerns for Peterson as well. His spin on his money pitches has actually gone up. Very, very interesting. Slots 45, Game 2 NHL Final. Hope Gokster's on to talk about it. You're damn right he is. You're damn right, Mr. Gokster will be here to break all this down. There's Luke Murphy starting a new book this morning, but need Jimmy's soothing voice in the background. Making me catch. I love it. Luke Murphy, an esteemed author. Definitely put Luke Murphy into your Google and check out his vast array of books that have been published. Very, very special capper and author we have rolling with us. Razor Sharp Pick says, what up, chat? Let's keep it rolling. Gambler's First Glance is 4-1 last 5, 7-3 last 10. I can't wait to hear what he's on. There's Clint Star, the Die Hard MMA podcast. There's North Ender. Much love to you. PG, Double-O, Osby, Brian Watson. And Jace Gum says, yeah, I need to bounce back. Well, you're in the right spot because we're running really, really hot. And it's not just for like a week or two right now. I believe Puzzler gave us the date. And it was May 28th. May 28th, and we're for over 40 games, over 500 since May 28th in baseball. Trusty says, staying away from A's, Angels, Rangers, Mariners, so I for sure will not touch that game. Also went 9-4-1 yesterday. Attaboy. There's Puzzler, my man Puzzler in the house. Joey Workstar, the work play of the day. Alex Gagnon, Jacksonville. So, okay, we got to get to work. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. Cream of Wheat Jones in the house. Soupy Panties ready to get to work. Nut Flush Allen Ickschnizzle, Ohio's finest. Jim S. says Peterson's always a good look for that K-prop. If he's got the right matchup, usually pretty low number and never too juiced. So Jim S. giving a vouching for the look. There's my guy Leonard Porch Jr. in the house. All right, well, let's go. We got Neil P. Maxwell Smart joining us from Twitch. This is the first time that I've added Twitch to our show. I know the other shows add Twitch, so we have added Twitch as well. Von Polo says, can you leave the country and come to Las Vegas so we can meet up? Not yet. You know what? I can, actually. I can because I'm just about to be get my double vax. So I'll be fully vaccinated. So I can. So, going to be discussing that with the family pretty soon. There's Vitalis in the house. I'll be in Reno today at the Atlantis for the day baseball games. Anyone could like to join me for a beer and some good conversation. I love that, Vitalis. Much love to you. Griffin, I love it. Okay. Leroy Flood. Birmingham, Savage, ready to eat. Okay, well, let's do exactly that. Let's get to work right now. And God damn, I'm pumped up. And winning does that to you. Now, it wasn't a glorious day yesterday. It could have been, but 7-5 plus 1.45 units. We'll take it. We've hit we'll just do a quick review of yesterday. Atlanta, full game -1 at -113 was a loss. Chicago, Milwaukee, under 7 at plus 100, a win. Rockies, -1 at -129 was a win. And remember when Pete said Rockies first inning, or Rockies to score first or whatever. And I was like, oh, God, I don't want to triple up. I probably should have tripled up. Marquez no-hitter into the 9th. Great call by Pete. And when Pete said it, I knew it right there. I was like, oh, God, how did I miss that shit? Giants, Dodgers under 7, cash. Oakland -1 at -137, loss. Atlanta, first 5 -0.5, cash. And I was, pretty fortunate. There was a 3-run home run with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th there, because it was 0-0, and it was 3-run home run by Ozzy Albies, and I was reading Ella for the 4th time. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the novel, for the 4th time, and Albies hit that 3-run shot. I lost my shit. Whatever. She's used to it. She gets scared. She knows something's going on in sports, and it doesn't have to do with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Atlanta, first 5 -0.5 was a cash. Colorado, first 5 -0.5 at -135, easy cash. Those were heavily juiced, and you need those heavily juiced bets to go through. Chicago, Milwaukee, first 5 under 4 -115, cash. Texas, Oakland, first 5 over 4.5, loss. New York, Yankees, -1 at -116, cash. And I was nervous going against what I perceived as, why wasn't the market moving heavier to the Yankees' direction? And it was a spot where Pete was all over it, and I ended up jumping on it too. And then 2 additions that were losses. Minnesota first 5 plus 120, San Francisco first 5 plus 110. Overall, 7-5. So right now we're 184 wins and 147 losses, 37 games over 500, hitting at 55.6%. But the VIG is a bitch. Average line -111. Plus 18.4 units, ROI plus 5.56%. Let's get to work. We got Jose on the 1s and 2s. He's going to take over the comments, and he's done such a great job with the graphics, and he's coming off a win. He's now 12-13. We'll get into the Jose's say hey play of the day. Lamont Williams says prop Booker over in points. Coming off 31-point game, Booker is, and I've already made 2 bets in basketball. Suns first quarter, Suns first half. But let's get to work. Neil P. smoking that Cali growing gelato number 41. Let's get focused. Let's start eating. There's CT Base in the house. Piker says, I would have stolen the gobstopper and rolled that over on White Sox money line today. I can't wait to talk about that game. I find the latter bit on the card. Just hit me, text me. Hit me on the phone. Let's connect today. What to connect today? Okay, let's go. Arizona Diamondbacks, 1:15 p.m. Eastern, 22-59, 10-35 on the road at the St. Louis Cardinals, 39-41, 22-18 at home. We're at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. 79 Fahrenheit, humid, overcast, 5 miles per hour, sideways in. Riley Smith will be on the bump, and he looked bad in his last start. Went 3 2/3, allowed 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 homers, no walks, 1 K in 11-5 loss at the Padres. Riley Smith, just 1-3, 5.71 ERA, 1.49 whip, only 32 Ks and 58 in the third, 15 walks, 10 home runs. Going up against Kwang Young Kim, who's not looked very good either. He's coming off a loss at home versus the Pirates. Now, this is another consecutive home start for him, which should be good. In his last start, though, 4 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 K. We have 2 pitchers on the mound that can't get strikeouts when they need them. 3.98 ERA, 1.36 whip for Kwang Young Kim on the year. For some reason here, I can't believe this, and I spend hours making sure everything is set up with my stats. For some reason, I don't have my – how did I miss this? I don't have the – Diamondbacks versus lefties. Cardinals versus righties, ice cold. Who would have thought this lineup would be so bad against righties? 221 with a 661 OPS. But let's move over to the Diamondbacks versus lefties, because this was something that they were very good at for some time. But now they've also lost Ketel Marte to injury. Let's go versus left. And the Diamondbacks are hitting 247 with a 747 OPS. But do you trust that number? Do you trust that number is the question. All right. Lamont Williams, I did not get your max bet. Oh, is it Booker over? Booker over, okay. Lamont Williams, OG low bagger, and his max bets were must-know information for the, as our show began with Pete. Must know what Lamont Williams max bet, and people would come in just to find out what Lamont Williams max bet is. Piker says market going towards St. Louis probably because of Arizona only winning one of the last 60 games or so. And Jeff Joseph says it's being bombs away Woodbine. No-name jockeys have all been coming in. There's an up-and-coming jockey at the Wood, and they can all ride. Jeff, I can't wait to get up there live with you, man, now that life is coming back to normal. Okay, so let's go to our baseball data and see what we are dealing with here. Let's do a quick refresh as there have been some late pitching changes, which we all have, which I have all ready to go. Okay, Riley Smith rating 273 with 636 OPS. So very small sample size, 3 for 11, 2 singles and a double. Against Kwang Young Kim, 312, 853 OPS. Soupy Panties nails it. He says, huge price for the booty cheek Cardinals. Team total looks better. I love it. Jeff Slaughter says, catch me tonight on TV front row in Crawford box. I'll be the guy wearing a PSR shirt catching Altuve's homer. I love it, Slaughter. I love it. Cream of Wheat Jones says, what the hell's wrong with the Astros? That's a good question. They've been losing to bad teams. CT Bay says, Cards should be minus 210. Look, I made a mistake not jumping on the Blue Jays with, first of all, Raw Mike Richards was all over the Jays with Ray on the mound. I've made a mistake, not jumping on some of these big favorites, and I thought the Blue Jays bullpen was vulnerable. And when the game got tied up at 3 in the 6th inning, I was like, see. But then the Jays completely took over. Here we have Kwang Young Kim opening up at minus 178 at Pinnacle, now minus 210. So a 32-cent move over to the Cardinals. And look, I get it, but I don't want him at this price. The total at 9 was basically a pick 'em. It was a 1 cent to the under. Now it's under minus 117. Clearly, the Taint is in. Okay, the Taint is in. So let's copy and paste this. Taint is in. Cubs first 5 plus a half of minus 115. So I've had great success fading a young future pitching star in their first MLB start. Cubs smash lefties and must win area that pitches really well at Miller Park. Wow. Ballsy. And that's our next game on the shelf. So let's wait till we break that down more because that's our very next game. So we'll go right into that right now. DC says Smith going to get shelled. Really? Jay Scum says I took the Cards minus 1, but I don't feel good about it. Diamondbacks are just so bad, though. Yeah, look, I agree with that. I mean, if you watch Carlos Martinez shut down a lineup, let's see where. Oh, we did the baseball data, so let's see where the cash lies. Oh shoot, that's tonight horses. I will be on Razor Sharp's show hammering the horses this evening. Okay, so let's see where we are here. We have just under 4,000 tickets in, 3,883. That's not bad sample size for us. 64% of the tickets on the Cardinals. Interesting that 36% of the tickets would be on the Diamondbacks, but 85% of the cash on the Cardinals. So some clearly big bets have been made on the Cardinals. And look, they're likely winners. 56% of the tickets on the over, 51% of the cash. Look, likely winners. With all that being said, Jim S. says under 9 has to be the look here. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The under 9, it would be probably the look here if I got a free play. But I can't trust these guys. Diamondbacks bullpen 5.31 ERA, 1.52 WHIP. They converted just 6 saves all year, 6 for 19. Tyrone Coleman says they hit Kim. They do. This is a pass for me. I'm probably leaving money on the table. If I had have wanted the Cardinals, I should have taken them right away. Talk Sports with JT's on the over 8.5. Christopher Comentini said Legend Loshak with another winner. The Twins team total over. Yeah, the Twins. I should have just taken that first 5 over 4.5. I went for the plus money spot on the Twins, and it looked good for a bit. But okay, Christopher Comentini says we need Jose to break down Kim. Well, Jose will be on very soon talking about his favorite male Asians. Don't worry. Okay. J Dub says total's gone over in 0 of the Cardinals' last 5 games. This is a no move for me in afternoon action. And as you guys know, and I've repeated it a lot of times, but I also need to hear myself say it. And that's that I'm not chasing afternoon action, not chasing afternoon action. And Clint says Max is on no runs first inning. Thoughts? I don't dislike it at all, but I just can't trust. I just don't, everything's got to be congruent. And I just like her. Okay, so no move for me. Diamondbacks, Cardinals. Let's move on to 2:10 p.m. Eastern. We got early Taint action. Chicago Cubs 42-38, 16-25 on the road at Milwaukee Brewers 47-33, 25-18 at home. We're at American Family Field, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, home of that little flap of skin called Taint. Taint, baby. Taint Cubs first 5+ a half at -115. And one of the things that makes our Matty Ice such a spectacular capper is he often makes Taint bets where I'm like, oh shit. Scares the shit out of me. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I thought it was Booker. Thank you, Lamont. Okay, one more time. My max bet, NBA Suns money line, and then Houston on the run line in MLB. Thank you, Lamont. Well, I'm gonna back the Suns first quarter, first half. That's the only cash they're gonna get out of me. But we will have our guy Trotway. I'm talking about that. Okay, let's go. Cubs first 5+ a half, and this is the reasoning. I've had great success fading a young future pitching star in their first MLB start. Cubs smash lefties and must-win area that pitches really well at Miller Park. There is no doubt that these Cubbies smash lefties. Chicago Cubs versus lefties, not quite as much as in yesteryear. 242 average with just a 722 OPS. And that OPS actually ranks them 16th in Major League Baseball. 80 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 4 miles per hour out to center. We have Jake Arrieta, 5-8, 5.32 ERA, 1.49 whip, 71 innings, 60 Ks, 30 walks, 15 home runs. Now he's coming off an impressive start. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 3 walks, 4 Ks, in a 6-2 loss at the Dodgers. The Brewers don't hit righties, 216, 669 OPS. But let's focus our attention on 23-year-old Aaron Ashby making his MLB debut. Now, his ERA is not very good. It's at 4.50, but that's because he went to the bullpen and threw 6 games out of the bullpen and got hurt. Clearly, before the Brewers had the injuries to their starting pitching, that's where they expected to have this 4th-round pick in 2018. Aaron Ashby is coming out of the bullpen. In 6 starts, though, he had a 2.93 ERA, and he was dangerous. And his last start out of the bullpen was good. 1 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, and he struck out 4 of the 5 batters that he saw. CT Bay says, no Rizzo, no Bryant. Brewers first 5, Arrieta is trash. There's Sterling Gentry in the house. Yes, Vitalis, he's been bad, but he's coming off a strong day. There's the Czar in the house. It took Minnesota Lynx +3. My WNBA look tonight got a run. Thank you, the Czar. Thank you for stopping by to share your look. The 5 Czar pick right there. I'm going to pop this here. The 5 Czar pick. And he hits at a very high rate in every sport. But WNBA just comes in and delivers us winners. CT Bay says Brewers guy probably only goes 2 or 3 innings. I think that they'll let probably. But if he's rolling, he can go 4 or 5. This is a very, very interesting look from our Matty Ice. Both bullpens pitching well. Cubs bullpen actually falling back a little bit. 2.91 ERA, 1.18 whip, 23-29 save. Converted save opportunities. They've actually fallen back. They're not having a very good 15 days. Brewers bullpen, though, pitching better and better as the season goes on. 3.97 ERA, 1.33 whip, converted 24 of 38 save opportunities. And Matty Ice says, if you expect them not to be nervous and clean up the walks here, you're nuts. That's what Matty Ice says. Very, very interesting. And Danny A going on the triple spot there. CT Bay says Cubs lineup looks like a travel day special. Let's go and pull up this lineup right now and see what we are dealing with here. All right, let's go. We got lineups. Come on, give me them. All right, let's go with the Cubbies lineup right now. And Trevor Richards is the primary. Wow, you're right. I thought that they would let this kid go if he has a few good innings, but Trevor Richards is going to come in. Interesting. This is the lineup for the Chicago Cubs: Contreras, Wisdom, Peterson, Baez, Marisnik, Happ, Sogard, Alcantara, and Arrieta. For the Brewers: Urias, Yelich, Adams, Narvaez, Taylor, Peterson, Jace Peterson, Hira, Justin Hira, and Jackie Bradley Jr., and then Aaron Ashby. Wow. Thank you for dropping by, Lamont Williams, my man. Sterling says at the moment he has no play on Cubs Brewers. Gerald Jones says hard to trust Cubs or Cards right now with sluggish offenses. Okay, let's go through the baseball data and the market and see what we are dealing with. First off, the Cubs open up. Oh, the Brew Crew opens up at minus 140. They're now minus 148, so an 8-cent move towards the Brew Crew. This total opened up at 8.5 and is now at 9. Interesting. Jimmy Gomez watching on mute. Jimmy, thank you, man. Rob Free says I cannot touch the Taint today. Too much going against the Cubs. Mally leaning Diamondbacks first 5. Did we talk about that? Yeah, we opened it up, and I want nothing to do with the ball game, Mally Mal. I apologize for not helping there. So let's see where let's get this baseball data up here. Against Arrieta, they're hitting 226 with a 628 OPS. Those are nice numbers. Yelich is 5 for 18, but got a homer and 4 singles. And, of course, they've not seen Aaron Ashby. What up, Jay Hyper? I've only got one MLB and 2 NBA picks so far. I have the Philadelphia Phillies first 4.5 minus a half at minus 130. And then I'm on the Suns first quarter and first half at minus 110 each. Okay, so let's see where the cash is here. We have 69% of the tickets and 50% of the cash on the Cubs. Interesting. 55% of the tickets on the under, 68% of the cash on the under. Wow, with these two lineups and such great bullpens, why wouldn't this go under? Why wouldn't it? Because I guess can you trust Arrieta? I agree, Mally Mal. I agree that Kim ain't no damn minus 1 pitcher. I guess there's not enough to trust here, but I don't dislike the I guess the problem is the primary here with Trevor Richards. Trevor Richards hasn't been bad. The Cubs don't hit righties hard. So, Jay Hyper, my book wouldn't even offer first 5 alternate lines. So definitely don't take it on the first 5 money line because that's, you don't want to ever give that much juice. So I had to go 4.5 to get minus 130. If I had a first 5 available, I would probably take it on the minus 1 line. Jim S says, Javi Baez plus 2+ total bases. He's been playing well since they put him on thin ice by Ross, minus 112 for 2+ bases, but I expect him to be thinking about his job every at bat. I like it. Piker says this is a pass. I don't hate the under 9. But I'm certainly going to leave 3 question marks beside it. All right, let's move on to 3:10 p.m. Eastern. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates, 29-49, 13-28 on the road. And also, look, I don't dislike Taint. And I'll have an hour and 10 minutes after the show to look at Taint and figure out if I should pull the trigger on it. Look, straight up, Matty Ice is a spectacular capper, and it's often that he puts out plays that are jarring to me. And we know what percentage he hits at, over 65%. 3:10 p.m. Eastern, Pirates, Rockies, Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. How easy was yesterday's cash? And now the Pirates have been shut out in back-to-back games. Chad Kuhl on the mound. We had an easy cash on Kuhl's last start up against Carlos Martinez. He went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 0 homers, 3 walks, 2 Ks, and 8-2 win at the Cardinals. Kuhl, 2-4, 5.05 ERA, 1.41 whip, 41 innings, 29 Ks, 25 walks. He doesn't get barreled up that much, but he just can't get strikeouts when he needs them, and he walks too many batters. Going up against the Gray Wolf, John Gray, 4-6, 3.97 ERA, 1.26 whip, 68 innings, 60 Ks, 27 walks, 8 home runs. We cashed in Gray's last start in that first 5 under. Gray went 5 innings, had 5 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 10 Ks in a 5-4 extra inning loss at the Brewers. Now, his velocity has gone down, and it was something that our Noli knows talked to us about. His velocity's gone down, sure, but 10 Ks in 5 innings rolling. There's Suze coming to us from beautiful Hawaii. Much love to you. Zeus. Okay. So, Jay Scum says, I took the under 11.5 in Colorado. Pittsburgh, always scary taking under at Coors. I think both these offenses continue to struggle. The Rockies offense looked pretty good yesterday, but just 2 runs the game before that. So I understand that look. Pirates and Rockies, both very poor hitting righties. 80 Fahrenheit clear, just 5 miles per hour sideways in is the win. 232, 655 OPS for the Pirates versus righties. 234, 678 OPS for the Rockies versus righties. The Pirates bullpen 3.88 ERA, 1.26 whip, have converted 11 to 15. The Rockies bullpen bad, 5.46 ERA, 1.53 whip, converted 13 and 27. But they are fresh. They are fresh. Puzzler, very kind of you. Viper MB says cool and gray both trash. All right, let's take a look at the baseball data for these guys. The Rockies get to cool. 304 average, 863 OPS. And John Gray, they get to him with ticky-tack hits, but no power. They're hitting 294, but just a 669 OPS. So they're 10 for 34, 8 singles, and 2 doubles. Let's take a look at the market here. The market, and you know what? I really like the Cubs and the Brewers bullpens. And if they need to go to those bullpens early, I'm starting to heat up on that under 9 in an afternoon game. But we'll have to come back to that. The Rockies opened up minus 149. They're now minus 161, a 12-cent move towards them. This total opened up at 11.5 and is now at 11. And Maddie Ice says, for your information, bullish on the first 5 under 6.5 here. Ooh-wee. And Sharpie's on Pitt plus a half at plus 100 says cool is being good and Gray is a dumpster. Wow, a lot of hate for the Gray Wolf who just cashed me an easy first 5 under without allowing a run. That was against the Brewers. Okay, so let's see where the cash has gone in this spot. 4,000 tickets in. 4,000 tickets in. We have 64% of the tickets and 87% of the cash on the Rockies. That makes sense. And 58% of the tickets, 75% of the cash on the under. Robert Allen running hot. 11-2 last 13 NBA bets. I love it, baby. I love it. Piker says Gray's 10Ks last start. Pirates lineup is trash. Market move steep to Colorado. Line still not reasonable for -1 play. Still not unreasonable. Sorry, line still not unreasonable for a -1 play on the Rockies here. Matty Ice says, I love John Gray. His electric stuff, man. Just feel like he needs out of Colorado. Yeah, why not take the Rockies for the sweep? That terrible bullpen they have is probably fresh. Well, it has to be fresh after yesterday. John Gray, after watching Freeland and then Marquez have back-to-back very strong starts. Red Girl also on this Rockies first 5 under. North End says many books already down to 6. DC says Rockies are 5-0 in their last 5 games versus a team with a winning percentage below 400. And yeah. Was Colin Moran in the lineup yesterday? Is he healthy? Yeah, okay. They expect him in there. Matty Ice says Pitt's being shut out 2 straight at Coors. Don't overthink this. And then what would I get on the Rockies -1 here? Let's take a look. The Rockies -1, -160 and plus 105. I mean, that's very good. No, I mean, I don't mean very good, but I mean for, a legit favorite. Wolf, the Gray Wolf has to be inspired by what he's witnessed. Wow, -127. I think Piker nailed it. How are you not inspired after seeing your close friends pitch masterful? All right. Rockies -1 is in addition to my card. Rockies -1. And I implore you all, everybody who's watching, and I know that all the guys who watch the show all the time use it religiously, but here is the -1 calculator for any new people watching the show. Very, very, very important. Okay. So, and I think I am going to move on this under 9. but maybe I should be concerned. You know what? Maybe not. The best pieces of both bullpens were used yesterday. Okay. I'm still got question marks beside the under 9. Eric Thomas says it's tricky. I'm taking Pittsburgh first 5. TJ says need to start considering them an excellent team at home. And you're right, TJ. Sitting at 27-16, a really good team at home. I don't know if they hit excellent yet. Okay. All right. We are rolling. Let's move on to 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys all for watching Betting with the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. Tampa Bay Rays 47-33, 24-17 on the road at Washington Nationals, 39-38, 23-18 at home. We're at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. 91 Fahrenheit, clear, 9 miles per hour, out to right center. And we have Drew Rasmussen on the bump. Very interesting kid, Drew Rasmussen, 25-year-old, I believe. I don't have that in front of me, but Rasmussen was drafted in the 39th round by the Diamondbacks out of high school in 2014. He didn't sign, went to Oregon State. In 2017, he was drafted in the first round by the Rays, 31st overall, and didn't sign again. Ends up being drafted in the 6th round by the Brewers in 2018 and signed. So the Rays always had their eye on him. They traded for him a few weeks ago. And he's not allowed to run in 3 appearances and 3 2/3 innings for these Rays. Now, one thing we know about combined this year with, I believe he came over from the Brewers. So combined with the Brewers, of course he did. He was drafted by the Brewers. So combined with the Brewers and the Rays, he's 0-1, 3.48 ERA, 1.36 WHIP, 20 2/3, 32 Ks in those 20 2/3, 14 walks, 2 homers. Lester, the lefty, on the other side, 1-3, 4.99 ERA, 1.53 WHIP, 52 1/3, 36 Ks, 20 walks, 9 home runs. In his last start, he went just 2 1/3, 5 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 home run, 3 walks, 1 K, and 11-2 loss at Miami. He's bad, but now he gets home. Diesel said 2 short years ago, my dad despised me betting on sports. Now he opens up an account with Bovada. Attaboy, Diesel. Attaboy. Grow it. And now we have single game betting legal in Canada. It's just going to blow up here. Rays versus lefties, just 226 with a 676 OPS. And Sharpie's done a great job breaking down how much they strike out versus lefties. Christopher Gargaro says Lester's spin way down on changeup and curve, which account for 26% of his pitches. Others are fine. Maxie says Schwarber 11 leadoff home runs, 348, but not guaranteed to happen. And Gas Station saying Diesel, Eugene, that maybe your dad should look elsewhere. Okay. Piker says market move towards the Rays, but you don't want to fade a hot streaking Nats team at home. Yeah. But, and the big but here, it's clearly a bullpen day. Do they have a primary in mind? Yes, Michael Wacha, who's not to be trusted. I was hoping it'd just be a straight bullpen day. Rays bullpen's been exceptional of late. 3.06 ERA, 1.12 WHIP on the year, 23 of 34 save opportunities. All right. So let's take a look at baseball data, although we will get nothing on Rasmussen, although he has faced Bell and Avila, who are 0-3 against him combined. Against Lester, 395 with a 1.086 OPS. Lester just looks bad out there. Well, let's see what kind of market move we have to the Rays, because, I mean, it makes sense to me. This Nats bullpen, not terrible. 3.97 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, converted 20 of 28 save opportunities. Let's see what we are dealing with here. We have, what the hell is it? Sorry. This total opened up at 10s, now at 9.5, and a big move towards the Rays. Wow. Minus 105 to minus 129. Boston Nick in the house. What's happening, my man? Hope to hammer the horses with you this evening. And let's go to the live odds here. So in the Rays spot, we have 2,194 tickets in, 70% of the tickets, 87% of the cash on the Rays. It's Lester can't be trusted. Christopher Gargaro says other stat against Lester is changeup is his best whiff rate, 31% for the season. Last started with 0. Wow. Robert Allen says this Nationals team always does this right at the halfway point of the season. They turn on another gear. They start putting a bunch of wins together. They're a dangerous team. Chase Gum says, I'm on the Rays again today, even though I lost them yesterday. Just can't trust Lester. Sterling says Lester trash. Fade him. He is getting to come home. Mally Mal says Walker off a great start. I think that's important. Let's pull up Walker's last few games. I apologize. I didn't realize he was going to be the primary. I would have had Walker up here. Let's go over to MLB. Looks like this could be another addition. I'm in love with the Rays bullpen. All right. And, oh shit, sorry, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. So we have, sorry, this is just going to take me a second very quickly. I'm going to pull up Walker. Come on, Walker, you son of a bitch. Where are you? Okay, here we go. Okay, so Walker's last, he started 4 straight games. Yeah, he's coming off a nice start at home versus Red Sox. He's had a lot of difficulty on the road. And I just don't trust him. Let's just do his splits here. I think I'm going to let this go. I mean, the market moving heavy in the Rays direction is probably something that you can trust here. And look, he's got the opponent's rating 282 against him on the road to 253 at home. So it's not too bad. And no Kaloran, says Mr. Gokster for the Lightning tonight. And Life of On Post says NBA championship wide open. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Okay, but let's focus on this here. So I have a lean towards the Rays. And if Lester is getting hurt by the spin rate, you have to think. Okay, so we have a move towards the under, right? This under has gone from, am I just making that up? No, it's gone from 10 to 9.5. So these vets who are having problems with the sticky substance, now he gets to go home. Okay. Yeah, I have a lean towards the Rays. Lean, Rays. And would I have to take him on the -1, or could I take him to win here? Sorry, this will just take me 1 second. -130. Looks like the market's moved. You know, I've missed this spot. Let's see if Christopher Guerrero can push me one more time. Cash Action Bets is on the Nationals. Christopher Guerrero says Lester season percentage of changeup was 18.5. Last start, you threw it 9%. Yeah, there's a problem. Something's going wrong with his grip. And then I would have to take the Rays -1 because I got on it so late. Okay, I think I moved towards the Rays. I'm not going to sit here and hum and haw because we got so many important playoff games to talk about. And now we have a double dip in Detroit, Cleveland Indians, Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. A double dip here. And let's talk about the first spot. And we have Urena versus Quantrill. Quantrill opening up at -183 is now at -188. And 7.5's on the board now, but the under 8 heavy juice has not been moved to 7.5 here by Pinnacle, which is interesting. 76 Fahrenheit, light rain, 7 miles per hour, sideways. Urena has not looked good. He's not looked good. 2-8, 6 ERA, 1.65 WHIP, 69 innings, 42 Ks, 32 walks, 7 home runs. His last start, the Astros hit him hard. 3 2/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 0 home runs, 2 walks, 1 K, and a 12-3 loss at home versus the Astros. And add to that it was a travel day. The Astros had just gone into Detroit. There was no Altuve, amongst others. It was a very, very weak lineup they put out that still smashed Urena. And Mr. Gokster says Port Hope's own Cal Quantrill, Uncle Paul Quantrill of the Toronto Blue Jays. Cal, 0-2, 3.64 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, 47 innings, 36 Ks, 15 walks, 4 home runs. His last start was bad. Went 4 1/3, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 home run, 1 walk, 2 Ks, and 8-7 loss to the Twins. Neither team hits righties hard. 231, 691 OPS for the Tigers, 233, 697 OPS for the Indians. Piker says Detroit, Cleveland's interesting. Lots of two-way action here. Someone obviously made a massive bet on the Tigers around 9 this morning, moving back towards Cleveland now. Urena shut out Cleveland last time. Wow. Piker, that 10 to 7.5 is because it was supposed to be a 9-inning game, and now it's a 7-inning game. But still important note. Tigers bullpen 5.17 ERA, 1.53 whip, 17 of 27. Indians bullpen 3.40 ERA, 1.26 whip, 22 of 27. Rob Allen says, I think Urena is going to pitch well today. If you go back and look, Urena's lone great start was against the Indians a little while ago. Indians struggled to hit him. Why don't we go over to baseball data, see what we're dealing with. Against Urena, they're hitting 247 with a 730 OPS. Against Quantrill, 143 with a 330 OPS. Now that's 2 for 14. But there's a reason why the Indians are hiding Cal Quantrill, because they don't have a lot of pitching depth at all. I mean, they've been throwing Eli Morgan out there every fifth day. So they've been hiding him, clearly hiding him. So let's take a look at where the cash lies in this spot. We have 63% of the tickets on Cleveland and just 23% of the cash. So Piker nailed it. Clearly a huge bet made at some point on the Tigers. 65% of the tickets on the over and 78% of the cash on the over. So Piker says Tigers are a live dog here. TJ says time and time again we see starting pitchers pitching better in 7-inning teams. They want the cheap, complete game. I've been cashing unders all season. I wonder what the overall record is. Rob Allen says Tigers are my dog of the day, first 5. And Puzzler says Urena did not pitch well at Cleveland, though, in April. And Vital says, I will say it again, Urena in first 5 this season, 1-9 for worst in the first 5. This is a pass for me. I don't trust anything here. I could understand the move towards the dog because clearly the Indians are hiding Cal Quantrill. And then we have game 2. Is that on the board? Peralta versus Logan Allen. And it is game 2. Logan Allen opening up at minus 142, now minus 143, a 1-cent move over there. And the total sitting at 8.5. How many tickets, I wonder, do we have on that? So we just had 1,563 tickets on game 1. We have 1,086 on game 2, and only money line. Wow, that says 10,806. That doesn't make any sense. That's got to be a mistake because they only have the money line numbers up. 54% of the tickets on Cleveland. And here again, 91% of the cash on the Tigers. Very strange. There's our guy, Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Thank you so much for your constant, love, and your donations mean so much to us, man. So that's very, very kind. Don't ask, don't tell. Inspiring us to be better and be stronger. Let's talk about Peralta here. Last start, he went 2 2/3. Didn't allow a hit, but didn't get a strikeout in a 3-2 loss in a home 7-inning doubleheader versus the Astros. He looked pretty good. Logan Allen, on the other hand, does not look good. 2 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 home runs allowed in a 5-3 loss at home versus the Yankees. Only went 2 1/3. Logan Allen, 9.19 ERA, 1.72 whip. Tigers are hitting just 227, 648 OPS versus lefties. This is just a train wreck doubleheader. I mean, the Indians 42 and 33, 21 and 13 at home. They benefit from playing in such a weak division. Are the Tigers worth backing here? You know what? If Tigers lose game 1, they probably are worth backing game 2, but you want to see the lineup. So I'll leave a asterisk and a question mark beside the Tigers in game 2. Bloods W says, when are you going to get your pops back on? Man, my pop's an angry dude, man. Not a lot of smiles, man. He's lacking charisma. But he should be coming to town soon. My mom's actually coming down. My mom may make an appearance on the show next week. Okay, let's keep rolling here. That is the double dip. I have some interest in the Tigers in game 2 if they lose game 1. Next up, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Los Angeles Angels, 38 and 41, 17 and 22 on the road at the New York Yankees, 41 and 38, 22 and 19 at home. We're at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York, and the triumphant return of my son Jose, coming off a nice casher and an important one. He's a streaky capper, and he'd been losing. And a nice casher. First 5 under 3.5 and plus 103. 2 runs scored by the Dodgers in the first inning, yet he still cashes the first 5 under 3.5. And he gets it at plus 103. So our guy, Jose, is now 12 and 13, down 0.97 units. ROI minus 3.88%. Average line plus 1 101 plus 101. Gas station on the over 10.5. That must be. Don't talk to poker. Bernie Kosar says Spiker. Okay, gonna copy and paste that. And here we go. The say hey play of the day: Angels and Yankees. Please welcome Jose. Triumphant return after a winner yesterday. How are you, Jose?
Jimmy, I'm doing all right. Hanging in there, but today's a blessed day, Jimmy. You know what today is. It's Ohtani Day. My favorite day of the week, every day of the week, Jimmy. I love it. I love him, and it's a good day.
Well, let me start by let me get that out of the way first and foremost. Let's cap some baseball here. 90 Fahrenheit, humid, partly cloudy, 11 miles per hour, out to right center. Shohei Ohtani, 3-1, 2.58 ERA, 1.18 whip, 59 in the third, 82 Ks, 31 walks,
Jimmy. Yep.
6 home runs.
I'm almost there.
I'm not going to give his stats. Domingo Germán on the other side, 4-5, 4.32 ERA, 1.21 whip, 73 innings, 66 Ks, 16 walks, 14 home runs. A rough start. He's not been looking good. He did not look good at the Red Sox. 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, no homers, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Angels smash righties, 256, 751 OPS. Imagine what those numbers are going to look like when Trout comes back. Yankees versus righties, 233, 716 OPS. Angels bullpen at Trainiac. Yankees bullpen very good. Angels bullpen 4.89 ERA, 1.44 whip. Yankees bullpen 3.22 ERA, 1.14 whip. We'll go into the baseball data. We'll go into the market moves. Why don't I just tell you where the market stands and let you take it away? Germán and the Yankees opening up at minus 121. They're now minus 129. So an 8-cent move towards Germán. The total at 9.5 is now jumped to 10. Jose, my man, take it away.
Yeah. So let's keep this brief. I have 2 plays for you today, Jimmy.
Okay.
2. So I'll start off with my guy Ohtani. I'm obviously taking Angels first 5. I think anyone in the chat could have guessed that, but I'm taking Angels first 5 minus a half at plus 123 right now. That's at Pinnacle. That's where you get those odds. Christopher Gargaro has been tracking the spin rate stuff. Ohtani's spin rate's been down, but guess what? It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. He's that good. These guys have been bombing away this whole series. Ohtani's the man. I think that he gets a good start today. I think, a good start for Ohtani in the Bronx. I would say if we can get 5-3 earned, I think that would be good because I wouldn't be surprised if he gets touched up because the Yankee Stadium's a shit box. Ohtani is his own spectacle, and tickets are cheap today. I actually looked at tickets because I was dreaming about going, and they're cheap. So I think that the stadium will be pretty packed. But I think Shohei's that guy that lives up to the moment. After this show, I'm going to go inject another Shohei Ohtani feature into my veins. But this is really ultimately Domingo Germán is a terrible pitcher. He's a terrible person on and off the field. I don't think that he'll have a good start, Jimmy, is how you say, a very good start at all. So I'll take a 5-3 first 5, and I'll take the Angels winning it there. And I'll be very happy.
So sorry, what you're on Angels first 5 minus a half plus 123. What was your second bet?
My second bet is the game we spoke about earlier, John Lester and the Washington Nationals.
Okay, you're gonna add that. Okay, so wait, let's stick with this one right now, and then we'll move over there. Okay, so we have the Angels first 5 minus a half at plus 123, and let's see where the cash is in this spot. So 36% of the tickets on the Yankees and 73% of the cash on the Yankees. So a big bet, clearly, or a couple have come in on the New York Yankees. And then 32% of the tickets on the under, but 57% of the cash on the under. So clearly they're thinking that Domingo Germán has a good start. And if Germán has a good start, why wouldn't this game go under? But it's gone from 9.5 to 10, so mixed messages there. Very, very, very interesting. Elliot V is on the White Sox. Wow.
I've put you in a pretzel here, Jimmy.
Oh, God.
And by the way, gas station sushi with the understatement of the year. Jose has a Ohtani bromance streams. I mean, come on.
God. All right. I find this very, very interesting. And this total going to 10.
It's good. The over is going to hit. I can tell you that.
Well, clearly there's an expectation that Germán's going to have a good start. And if we can get, how high is this first five? This first five's at 5.5. 1 cent move to the under. First five, are they going to score 6 runs in the first 5?
Well, I just said that the Angels could score 6 by themselves. So, yeah, I mean, this series has just been over central along with the Red Sox Royals. That heat wave has just been making everything so nice and arid to fly out of the stadium. I mean, and both these stadiums are super over, so that also helps. But the Yankee Stadium, and especially last night with Heaney with a fly ball pitcher. But I really think that even if you don't get the first 5 over, I think full game over will hit. But I'm firmly on the Angels with Shohei Ohtani for emotional and financial reasons, because I just that plus money number there for me, plus 123, plus 126, I think. No, 23. That's a good line. I think we'll settle in right there, and I'll feel nice and comfy.
Wow. It's 11 miles per hour out to right center in humid conditions. Very dangerous, but that first 5 under 5.5 is interesting. I'm going to not sit here and hum and haw, so we got lots of work to do, so I'll come back to it, but I'm very interested in that first 5 under 5.5. J-Dub says Angels total has gone over 3 of Angels' last 5 games. Okay, you wanted to make an addition here in the Rays-Nationals game. Take it away.
Yeah, I just think this was originally going to be my say-hey play of the day, but Ohtani pitching, I mean, I have to talk about Ohtani. Let's be all reasonable humans here. Sure. I'm on Tampa Bay first 5 -0.5 as well, plus 116. John Lester, I love John Lester. John Lester is my guy growing up. I just think he's kind of washed. I think it's over. I thought it was over last year. Chris was talking about his spin rate earlier with his curveball and changeup. I can't see it. I think the Rays give it to him early. Rasmussen and the Walker combination, I really don't think will matter that much. I could see Lester getting touched up for 5 runs. Pretty easily, 5 runs, and then I feel pretty comfortable there. Walker was good against the Red Sox last start. I believe that was his last start. Yeah. I was pretty surprised by that. I don't expect him to be lights out again. That's kind of how these guys go, up down, up down, up down. But Lester is just so washed now, Jimmy. It's really sad to see it, and the Nationals plugging these rotation spots with old men has been interesting to watch, to say the least.
Rays first 5 at -116 is your look?
Yes. Rays -0.5, plus 116, and Angels first 5 -0.5.
Sorry, first 5 -0.5 at plus 116. My fault. -0.5 at plus 116, 2 plus money spots for our man Jose. I love it, Jose. Maybe dial down the man love a bit, but other than that, great capping. Congratulations on your success yesterday with the first 5 under 3.5, and let's keep it rolling.
Stressful game. By the way, Jimmy, did you like my Japanese tweet earlier today? I learned that Jimmy the Bag and betting with the bag in Japan, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We're not. I guess maybe we have to rename the show in Japan, but that's truly tragic.
Well, we'll continue this conversation never and get to the bottom of it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jose, much love to you. Thank you for your hard work. There it is, the say hey play of the day. We got 2 of them, double dipping. He is on the Angels first 5 -0.5 at plus 123. Rays first 5 -0.5 at plus 116. Okay, we move on. And that first 5 under 5.5, maybe it's ridiculous with the heat the way it is, but clearly there's a belief in the market that Germán is going to have a good start. We should have confidence that Ohtani is going to have a good start. Are they going to get to 6 runs in the first 5? I'm not going to sit here and hum and haw. We move on, 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Miami Marlins 33-45, 15-27 on the road at Philadelphia Phillies 37-40, 22-14 at home. And don't forget, we have NBA and NHL playoffs, and we have Trotwam and Mr. Gokster joining us for both of those. Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 92 Fahrenheit, humid, partly cloudy, 11 miles per hour to right. So this was the only move that I made before the game, or before the show here. So Bet365 has put out 10 games for first 5 alternate lines. Now, obviously, this whole idea will be moot if they've now put out a new alternate line on this game, and they haven't. So, why? Why are they not giving me a first 5 alternate opportunity on Aaron Nola? Now, Aaron Nola went up against Taijuan Walker in his last start. I told you that we're getting a huge gambling opportunity to bet Nola first 5. It was some books were giving plus 105, plus 110. I got a plus 100, and then he goes and strikes out 10 in a row. When his changeup is on, he's an absolute ace, elite pitcher. And I can't help but think that he's had a tough season, 3.97 ERA, 1.18 whip, 107 Ks, 90 2/3, just 5 and 4, that's going to buoy him as he moves forward. So Jordan Holloway is on the mound for the Marlins. So they've called him up for this opportunity here. His last appearance in the show was May 21st. We'll go over his last appearance, his last start in the show. We'll also go over his minor league numbers. And it's 92 Fahrenheit, humid, partly cloudy, 11 miles per hour to right. So not easy pitching conditions. Holloway has good numbers, right? 1 and 2, 2.55 ERA, 1.19 whip, 17 and 2/3, 14 Ks, 10 walks, no home runs allowed. In his last appearance, he looked good. 6-5 extra inning loss at home to the Mets. He went 1 inning, allowed no runs, no walks, no hits, and struck out 1. His last start was pretty good. It was at the Dodgers in Chavez Ravine, and they smashed righties, and he went 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. He was trying too hard. So they sent him to AAA after that last appearance just to get innings under his belt, not because of poor pitching. He was a 20th round pick in 2014 draft out of high school. He's worked his way up, and he got a cup of coffee in the show last year, but he's worked his way up from rookie ball. He made 4 starts in AAA this year, and he didn't look great there. 16 innings, 16 hits, 8 earned runs, 1 home run, 15 Ks, 4 walks. Northander says, scared of Nola -1/2. I'm not. I clearly think Bet365 is trying to minimize losses. Now, of course, I have no data to back this up, but we know that the first 5 -1/2 is a very high ROI bet for us, and it's a high ROI bet for a lot of people. And the Bet365 is a very sharp book, and it make a ton of money, and they don't give you opportunities where they can be beaten. That's why they don't give you first 5 team totals, and that's why they're not giving us the first 5 alternate run line here. So I'm on the Phillies first 4.5. So I'm losing that bottom of the 5th, but I get it less juice at -130, and I'm taking it. So I'm on the Phillies first 4.5 -1/2, and a lot of gamblers don't like making that bet, and I get it. I mean, you want the bottom of the 5th badly. Now, this hasn't hurt me yet. Let's see what it is right now, if it's changed at all. First 4.5. No, it's still first 4.5 -1/2 -130, still there. Let's quickly do baseball data and then move past this because we don't need to hum and haw. This is a slam dunk spot for me. Nola against them, they're hitting .234, the .599 OPS. They're 22 for 94, 18 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 jacks. And then against Holloway, they're 1 for 2, just 2 at-bats against Holloway. So, and look, I just think this is a pretty comfortable. This is my best bet on the board here. Although I probably prefer seeing what I would get on a first 5 -1. But I'll take this here. I really think that we're going to see a nasty Nola for the next few weeks, especially now when he gets back home. So we have 69% of the tickets, 92% of the cash on the Phillies, 33% of the tickets on the under, 24% of cash on the under. I wonder if this is also a Phillies -1 spot. It's very difficult to trust there. -240, no, it's just too juiced. Okay, so I'm fine. All right, we move on from that. So that was the only bet I made before the show started. We move on. 7:07 p.m. Eastern, Seattle Mariners at Toronto Blue Jays. Clearly, I left money on the table, not back in the Jays yesterday in that race. Start 41-39 are the Mariners, 17-23 on the road. Blue Jays are 41-36, 17-17 at home. We're in Salem Field in Buffalo, New York. 70 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 11 miles per hour sideways. Right across the diamond. Justice Sheffield has looked bad this year. 5-7, 5.69 ERA, 1.66 whip, 68 innings, 54 Ks, 29 walks, 13 home runs. In his last start, he went 4 1/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 jacks, 3 walks, 5 Ks, and a 5-2 loss at home versus Rockies. I can't figure out Steven Matz. I just don't know when he's going to pitch well and when he's going to struggle. I don't trust him. I don't find him consistent. He's 7-3 on the year, 4.26 ERA, 1.35 WHIP, 6.9 2/3, 75 Ks, 21 walks, 9 home runs. And look at that, -2.5. Rocky Manichetti says you will be capping NFL in the same format. It's been a little while since I've got to do the daily show, so I'm not entirely sure how it's going to change when the sports change. But I can promise you we're going to go over all the games. But I'm not sure how we'll do it exactly at this point. But again, this will be another thing where we'll let you guys kind of dictate how the show is done. JL, my man, let's roll. So Bleds W says team total over. The verse lefties, let's pull up both teams here. Somehow didn't write it in. What the hell was wrong with me? Blue Jays versus lefties, 259 with a 755 OPS. And then Mariners don't hit lefties. They're 28th in the league, 218 with a 665 OPS. And then the Mariners bullpen, 4.33 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, converted 20 of 35. Blue Jays versus lefties, Blue Jays bullpen, 3.81 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, converted 15 of 25 save opportunities. Let's take a look at what the market has done here. And that's first 5. Let's move to full game. So Matz has not pitched in how long? Let me just get to this here. Why don't we do this as well? Very important information. And I know I need to get through these games in the next 20 minutes, so the rest of the games here. So Steve Matz has not pitched since June 12th. And he looked good. So he's coming back from the IL. What are you going to get from him? What can you trust? I don't know. Piker says you can't lay heavy juice on Matz. Mariners have been just as hot as late, slightly into the over, but no play. I'd lean Mariners on the side if it weren't obvious issues with Sheffield. Well, I guess you can be confident that Sheffield's going to get touched. I mean, he couldn't even get through. I mean, the Rockies hit lefties pretty hard. Gas station says Mariners or pass from our gas station sushi. Let's take a look. So Jays open up at -177. They're now at -235. I mean, talk about steam. And that's just crazy. There's been a 3-cent move to the under at 10.5, but that's just nuts. That's just crazy to me. Sheffield looks so vulnerable. But could Matz be lights out? And then, look, I'm not going to sit here with a 5.5 juice team total under any circumstances, even though it sure seems possible. Team total's at 6.5 at +115. And that's nuts. That makes me want to take the under. Are the Jays going to score 7 runs here? Possibly. I mean, the Jays offense is just so tough that you don't want to test it. I've been staying off a lot of Jays games, and it's not. I'm not afraid to bet Jays games. I find this team pretty tricky to figure out. 77% of the tickets, 81% of the cash, 4,000 tickets in on the Jays, 50% of the tickets, and 96% of the cash on the under. All right. We got the Rusty Kuntz play of the day. Montreal team total over 2 +105. I love it. Rusty Kuntz play of the day is in. All right. There's no bet for me. There's red flags for me all over this. And looks like I'm going to be adding quite a bit of action now. No need to reach here. And we move past this spot. We move on to another tricky spot. 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. We have Gas Station Sushi saying take the over 10.5 and Red Sox Royals 100 Fahrenheit in Boston. Royals are 33-45, 50-26 on the road. Red Sox are 49-31, 25-17 at home. Fenway Park, Boston. We have 82 Fahrenheit rain, 8 miles per hour out to right center. So does RotoWire think this game will go, or is it in red? They think this game will go. Okay, 20% chance of rain. So no concern there. Gas station says Jay stuffed cat because they're homeless, moving around like a bunch of hobos. And Mike M says they're full capacity selling tickets for $28 per winning the hell of the Jays. Can't fade them at home right now. I feel you. Uncool. I am doing that at Sports Insights. It's expensive, but it's been worth it. Okay. So Mike Minor, 6-5, 5.12 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 91 in the third, 94 Ks, 27 walks, 14 home runs. When's he going to be lights out? because he's either lights out or terrible. He was terrible in his last start. 5 innings, 11 hits, 9 earned runs, no homers, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 9-4 loss at the Rangers. Piker says, beware, second time in 3 starts, Royals are seeing Perez. You saw what Astros did them second time they faced him. Minor will get touched. Square play, but I like the over here. The over might make a ton of sense. Martin Perez last start was okay. 3 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 0 earned. 2 walks, 3 Ks, 5-3 home win versus the Yankees. Royals don't hit lefties hard, 247, 696 OPS, but the Red Sox do at 267, 760 OPS. These games have just been soaring over. Let's see what we're dealing with from a market perspective here. 10.5 has moved to 11. Late to the party here. CT Bay says, I let the 10.5 keep me off yesterday. I'm late to the party. Do I bet it late to the party at 11? Oh, you were going to need 11 to cash that 10.5 anyways. So we have 74% of the tickets and 82% of the cash. That's 2,458 tickets in on the Red Sox. With 33% of the tickets, 67% of the cash on the under. Why? You know, what I've been doing is if I've missed a market move, 10.5 to 11, I've been staying off. I'm just going to continue doing that. I'm probably laying money or leaving money on the table here. Piker says 10.5 isn't a good number to begin with. You're not late to the party with the 11. It's all the same at this point. We're betting a blowout. Yeah, no, I get that. But I've just been staying off if I don't see the market move at the right time. So Martin Perez also is just somebody that hurts me badly. But it makes sense. Mike M says Perez second home game in a row. Martin Perez just has my number. Okay, I have this note about gas, so I'm gonna take more time to look at it. But there's gonna be no move for me. And who knows when that big bet was made on the under? As there's most of the cash is on the under at this point. Was it made once it got to 11? All right, next up, 7:10 p.m. San Diego Padres 48 and 33, 18-18 on the road at Cincinnati Reds, 39, 39, 19 and 19 at home. MMA Locker, my man Mill says birthday pick for my wife. We're going to SeaWorld. She needs a winner. Oh, man. Yes. My favorite bet on the board is the Philadelphia Phillies. First 5 minus whatever you need to do to get the VIG down. So if you can alternate run line it down to -1, I say do it. I say take first 5 Phillies -1. Okay. So Padres, Reds, Great American Ballpark, Cincinnati, Ohio, 80 Fahrenheit rain, 4 miles per hour out to right center. Joe Musgrove, 4 and 6, 2 point. Or Mills. Yeah, no, take that. That's my favorite bet on the board. But get that VIG down. Get that VIG down. And happy birthday to your beautiful wife, my man. Musgrove, 4 and 6, 2.22 ERA, 0.84 whip, 85 innings, 103 Ks, 19 walks, 9 home runs. In his last start, he went 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no homers, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and 5-3 win at home versus the Dodgers. Going up against Vladimir Gutierrez, this guy's got better stuff than I gave him credit for. It was that first start where the wind was 21 miles per hour going in. I was like, well, this proves nothing. That was a mistake. Oh, 100% Turnsy. A hundo. Man, you know I'm there. Guaranteed. I'm about to get season tickets for the 905ers up here. Got to get my daughter used to going to games before I'm going to put out the big bucks for the Raptors. And you know what? Fuck the Raptors. Fuck. Take the 905ers, man. At least they got heart. At least they play when they're hurt. Bunch of bitches. Vladimir Guerrero's last start, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and a 3-2 loss at home versus the Braves. Padres versus righties, 242, 733 OPS. Reds versus righties, 257, 770 OPS. Padres bullpen, 2.87 ERA, 1.14 whip, 28 of 42 converted save opportunities. Reds bullpen, trash, 5.44 ERA, 1.45 whip, 19 of 31 converted save opportunities. Okay, Padres, Reds. Musgrove, Gutierrez. Let's first look at the market here. We have the Padres opening up as -150 favorites, now -178, 28-cent move towards them. The under 10 is now moved to the over. Why would it move to the over? I find that strange after looking at these pictures. And it's not like it's huge offensive weather in Cincinnati. which is an offensive ballpark, we know. Against Musgrove, they're hitting .217 with .643 OPS. They've got the Vladimir Gutierrez. Padres were 7 for 21 against them. Now Vladdy's at home. Interesting. Okay, so let's see where the cash is here. We have 3,291 tickets in, 23% of the tickets and 39% of the cash on the Reds. Interesting. 58% of the tickets and 78% of the cash on the under, but it's moving towards the over. Why would it be moving towards the over when there's already enough money on the under? Bloods W says both pitchers will get touched. I think Vladimir Gutierrez has been good. But you know what? When Santillan got touched by the Padres, I thought now he's at home, he'll pitch better against them. He did not. He got hurt by them again. And then if we went to the first 5 variety for the Padres, minus 192. And then they're going to give us a first 5 run line. No. So you can't take that first 4.5. It's not even being offered. God, these fucking books are just so snaky. 7 innings. Maybe this is a clear -1 spot for the Padres. Gutierrez had trouble with them. Gambler's first glance coming up soon. Okay, so I have a lean towards the Padres. Let's look where the cash is one more time here. But there's some big bets being made on the Reds. Gutierrez is good, but you know what? There's enough big bets made on the Reds that I'm going to stay off this spot. It wasn't part of my plan, and I'm not going to make it. Trusty says thoughts on under 10. I'm afraid of the Reds' bullpen. But it feels like the under 10 is probably a good spot. I mean, the market is telling us that it is a good spot, right? I mean, there's only 3,379 tickets in, but you have 78% of the cash on the under, and it's moving towards the over. Sharpies on that first 5 under 4.5. Really? Is that not moved to? Why wouldn't that be a 5? When it's a 5.5. Yeah, you mean first 5.5. I feel you. Maybe that's the spot. If Gutierrez can get through that first group, 6 runs. Eric Rosa saying everyone's saying under 2, it's moving towards the over. It's why? That's you know what I can't figure this out. I'm gonna stay off this spot. I'm confused. Let's move on to 7:20 p.m. and here we go. We have the New York Mets 41-34, 17-23 on the road at the Braves, 37-41, 20-21 at home. Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. 83 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 4 miles per hour. We have David Peterson going up against Max Fried, and that takes us to the Dirty K prop of the day. It's Peterson over 4.5 Ks and -115. He says Atlanta are top 10 in strikeout percentage all year versus left-handed pitching at 25%. Last 30 days, they're at 29%. Peterson coming off 3 good starts at 2-0. The number in his last 4 games versus top 10% K team. David Peterson over 4.5 strikeouts is the Dirty K prop of the day. Here we go. And look at that. My man DJ 100 grand in the house. What a great capper. OG low bagger. Nice to see you, man. Who's also made live appearances on this show in the past. I love the guy. All right, let's talk about this spot. Peterson 2-5, 4.95 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, converted 63 of. 63 and 2/3 innings, 67 Ks, 28 walks, 10 home runs. In his last start, he went 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 home run, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and a 2-1 extra inning loss at home to the Phillies. It was a 7-inning doubleheader that went 8. Max Fried, 4-4, 4.21 ERA, 1.34 WHIP, 57 and 2/3, 55 Ks, 20 walks, 6 home runs. In his last start, he went 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, 0 homers, 2 walks, 6 Ks, in a 9-1 win at home versus the Cardinals. Mets first lefties, 222, 667 OPS. Braves first lefties, 235, 723 OPS. Mets bullpen, 3.59 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 22 of 32 converted save opportunities. They've been very good. The Braves bullpen's been bad all year, 4.77 ERA, 1.42 WHIP, converted 17 of 29 save opportunities, and they were bad again last night. So let's see what the market is here in this Peterson spot. We have this total opening up at 8.5. It's now at 9. Fried and the Braves open up at minus 145. They're now at minus 147. A small move towards them. And where's the cash? We have 70% of the tickets. Ooh. And just 38% of the cash on the Braves. Expecting a good start from Peterson. So why wouldn't the K-prop be in effect? Then we have 40% of the tickets on the under. 83% of the cash on the under. Ooh, there's Tata Booker in the house. Great to see you, Tata. This is a screaming dirty K prop. Screaming it. All right, I'm going to tail the dirty K prop. Well, let's just go to baseball data quickly before I confirm everything. We have Peterson there hitting 200 with a 586 OPS, 7 for 35, 13 Ks and 35 at bats. Against Fried, 188 with a 593 OPS. So, and this total goes over. It's confusing. All right, dirty K prop, tail. We move on, and we got to keep rolling. We got to be fast because we have, we only have 3 games left. Then we get to NBA. Beautiful. 3 games left, and then Trot Wham will be on. 8:10 p.m. Eastern, Baltimore Orioles, 26 and 54, 14-28 on the road at the Houston Astros, 48 and 32, 26 and 15 at home. CT Base says first 5 under makes sense. I would say yes, but, I guess it's going, so you're saying that then it's going from 8.5 to 9 because of the weakness of the bullpen. What was the weather there again? 83 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 4 miles per hour in. So first 5 in that spot. That's gone from 4.5 to 5. Why? Why? I can't answer that. And if I can't answer it, I've got to stay off. All right. I expect the roof to be closed. Minute Maid Park, Houston, Texas. We have Matt Harvey, 3-9, 7.54 ERA, 1.74 WHIP, 68 innings, 55 Ks, 23 walks, 12 home runs. Now, if I was just fading him first 5, I would have had a lot of success. If I had a double dipped against Harvey and the Orioles last start, the Jays bullpen fell apart late, and the Orioles won 6-5 in extra innings at Salem Field in Buffalo. Last start, he went 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. It was pretty impressive performance against a very tough-hitting J squad. Luis Garcia on the other side, 6-4, 2.83 ERA, 1.10 WHIP, 76 1/3, 85 Ks, 24 walks, and 9 home runs. In his last start, he went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 earned runs, no homers, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and a 12-3 win at the Tigers. Orioles are hitting just 221, 666 OPS versus righties. Astros, 272, 801 OPS. Orioles bullpen just a train wreck right now. 4.89 ERA, 1.40 WHIP, 14 of 27. Astros bullpen, 4.35 ERA, 1.34 WHIP, converted 16 of 29 save opportunities. Astros are not playing very good ball right now. The first 5, they're minus 280 favorite. I mean, I don't want anything to do with that. We go to full game here. We have them opening up at minus 300. They're now minus 275, 25-cent move towards the Orioles. This total's gone from 10 to 9.5. That's interesting. Let's check baseball data. Against Harvey, 348, 1.009 OPS, 8 for 23 with 3 doubles and a homer. And then the Orioles have never seen Luis Garcia. I mean, it's got to bode well for Luis Garcia. And Gas Station's absolutely right. What a sharp way of looking at it. You can tell when there's a professional bettor with us. He said the big under bets in the Sox Royals are buyback at 11. You're absolutely right, Gas. No, that's just bang on. Man, we are very lucky to rock with you. Okay, so let's go to I'm gonna go over all that stuff again, and you're absolutely right. Okay, the Astros spot here. Let's look and see where the cash is. We have 83% of the tickets and 99% of the cash on the Astros. 76% of the tickets, 91% of the cash on the over. And yet it's gone down a half run, begging for more money on the over. That's just crazy. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Nothing for me. Okay, let's talk about these two spots. Last two spots on the card and spots that I wanted to attack. We're going to start with the 8:10 p.m. Twinkies at White Sox. I wanted the White Sox and Dylan Cease, but the market made no sense. My gut was saying, oh, Bailey Ober got hurt in his last start. He went 4 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 home run, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 10-7 loss at the Reds. Now, yes, Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark is an offensive ballpark, but my first take was the book's out on Bailey Ober now. The book's out on him. Here we go. Gambler's first glance. Twins money line plus 111 versus White Sox. See, wow. Razor is so sharp. So unbelievably sharp. And it's a market situation that made no sense. I wanted to back Dylan Cease. He's pitching well. 6-3, 3.81 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, 75 2/3, 96 Ks, 32 walks, 7 home runs. It wasn't betting on Cease, who's coming off a 5 2/3 start, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no homers, 1 walk, 7 Ks, 4-3 with the Pirates. It was saying that the book is out on Bailey Ober, thinking that the book is out. I don't know if it is, but that's why the Reds got to him. But maybe it was just an offensive ballpark and an off day. The Twins versus righties, 241, 743 OPS. White Sox versus righties, 243, 712 OPS. I don't know if you guys saw Donaldson when he was crossing home plate. After hitting a shot off of Giolito, but he was screaming, no sticky stuff, no sticky stuff. These teams hate each other. Twins bullpen train wreck, 4.72 ERA, 1.36 whip, 19 of 30. White Sox bullpen, 4.02 ERA, 1.31 whip, 23 of 37. Lucky Powers going to the White Sox game tonight, taking White Sox money line. Man, that's going to be so much fun. That's going to be so much fun, Lucky Powers. These teams hate each other. This is fun baseball. So Matty Ice says Polanco, Cruz, Arraez, Kepler, smash, Cease. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about – we're going to get to the money, but let's talk about the data first. Against Ober, 333, 1.135 OPS. Against Cease, 372, 1.016 OPS. Polanco, 4 for 9 with a double and a homer. Kepler, 3 for 8 with a homer. Wow. Okay, so then we move over to the market. And we have the White Sox opening up at minus 140. They're now minus 120. This total's gone from 8.5 to 9. That makes sense. Wow. Okay, so there's been a 20-cent move towards the Twins, and 81% of the tickets and 88% of the cash are on the White Sox. Wow. 31% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the under. This is unbelievable. So, and Matty Ice says, love, love, love Twins today. So I wonder why, thank you, Lucky Power, my man. I wonder why Razor is going with the full game and not the first 5. Wow. So riveting. And these teams hate each other. Jeez, it's such an important spot for him to pitch well. Well, Davey Burke says putting the house on the Rays today. He's covered the sticky stuff right now. Berkey, baby. Okay. All right. A correlated play with Gambler's first glance. I'm going to take the Twins' first 5 and stay away from their bullpen. Wildly exciting. God, I love working with you guys. We get to the last game on the card, and then we get into NBA. Texas Rangers at Oakland Athletics. This game threw me for a loop, just like the last one. And I stopped myself. Don't bet it. Talk it out with the guys. Oakland Coliseum, Oakland, California, 60 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 12 miles per hour out to center. Colby Allard, 2-3, 3.33 ERA, 1.11 whip, 46 innings, 44 Ks, 10 walks, 6 home runs. When I watch this stuff, it looks terrible. When I was in my just before we turned everything around, in my lowest low of the season, I gotten destroyed on, and this was when I went down. I doubled up on the Rangers' first 5 full game in Seattle, and that got me down to 12.5 units. And we've had a 30-unit swing here on the show since then, to the positive side. But I took Allard, and he looked so hittable, and the Mariners just got to him, and Flexen was lights out. And it was a very low point for me. In his last start, he looked bad at home versus the A's. Why would he do any better here on the road in Oakland Coliseum? He went 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 home run, 0 walks, 1 K. one strikeout in a 5-1 loss at home versus the A's. Bassett, 8-2, 3.25 ERA, 1.06 whip, 99 2/3, 102 Ks, 26 walks, 9 home runs. In his last start was a win at the Rangers. He went 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and a 5-1 win. The Rangers don't hit righties, 229, 688 OPS. The A's hit lefties hard, 239, 727 OPS. Rangers bullpen bad, 4.58 ERA, 1.37 whip, 16 of 28 converted save opportunities. A's bullpen, 4.15 ERA, 1.29 whip, converted 20 of 31 save opportunities. We expected better from them this year. So we go to baseball data here. Baseball data against Allard, they're hitting 371 with an 875 OPS. They actually get to Bassett, 279, 845 OPS. That surprised me a little bit, but we know how good Bassett can be at home. So let's go to the market. Let's go to the market. Full game money lines and totals here. With the A's, we see the A's open up at minus 195. Now they're at minus 191. There's been a 4-cent move to the Rangers. A 4-cent move to the Rangers? Why? How? When 81% of the tickets and 78% of the cash are on Oakland? Then you have 53% of the tickets and 94% of the cash on the over. And there's been a 1-cent move to the under. What the hell do you do with that information? Do you just close your eyes and bet the Rangers and bet the under? Well, these are mistakes I would have made last year. I'm not going to make them this year. Uncle Oliver saying A's first 5 full game. That was what I thought I was going to do too. So, red flags. Red flags! Okay, so that is the MLB baseball card. We're at our high watermark of the year. 184 wins, 147 losses, 55.6%, plus 18.4 units, ROI plus 5.56%, average line minus 111. I have interest in this under 9 in the Cubs game, but I'm going to need more time to stare at it. I just love these bullpens, but they're probably tired. And why would I want to be on an under here with Ashby versus Arrieta? And Taint play of the day is the Cubs first 5 plus a half at minus 115. The Colorado Rockies minus 1 will be added to my card. Yes, Robert Allen. The Taint play of the day is the Cubs first 5 plus a half minus 115. Jose is on the Rays first 5 minus a half at plus 116. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Rays on the minus 1 line. And their puzzler says 66 and 33 since May 28th. Ooh-wee. Let's keep that going. Tigers, Indians first game I'm off in the double dip. In the second game, I will have interest in Detroit especially if Cleveland wins game 1. I have interest in this first 5 under 5.5 in the Angels Yankees. Am I playing with fire? The market's telling us Domingo Germán's going to have a good start. Jose's on the Angels first 5 minus a half at plus 123. We've seen big bets come in on the Yankees. I have interest in the first 5 under 5.5. I need to look at it more. Again, whatever I bet, I will then tweet out, and it'll be on my Twitter handle at Jimmy the Bag. Okay, so Phillies, first 5, minus 4.5, minus 130. I would love to see what I'd get on first 5, minus 1, but it's not available at my book. I think that Nola has a great start. The Phillies first 5 is something I really like. So Mariners, Jays, I'm off. Gas stations on the over 10.5 in Red Sox, Royals, and I wish I had got it before it moved to 11, and I still may move on it. Padres, Reds, I'm off. I'm going to tail the Dirty K prop. Peterson over 4.5 Ks at minus 115. I'm off Orioles, Astros. I've added Twins first 5 as it goes with Gambler's First Glance by Razor Sharp Picks. It correlates with him. He's on the full game. And then I'm off A's, Rangers. Let's stay hot, baby. Let's stay hot. That is our MLB card. Please join us. Moving towards the NBA. What a wild playoffs we have in NBA. I'm enjoying it immensely. Tonight we have West Finals Game 6. Suns, the Clippers, Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, and not far from the Staples Center in Long Beach, California, we have our man Trot Wham on this scene. Wham Bam, how are you, my guy? Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. I'm feeling good, feeling great, bro. Trying to double up, man, trying to get back to the winner circle like you guys, man. Just happy to be here.
Well, let's get paid in full, my friend,
Do
and
it.
cap the shit out of this bad boy. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I've already moved on it. I just couldn't help myself. Wham. Couldn't help myself. There were some comments that I read, and I was like, look, now, again, this was more of a looking at it from a psychological standpoint than maybe a numbers standpoint. Maybe that will rear its ugly head. But two things came into play for me in this spot, and we'll break it all down. But first, let's take a look at the market here in this giant Game 6 at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Here we go. Spreads and totals. So we have the Clippers opening up at +1, which is where they stand. Let's see if I can get let's see if I can get a money line look. From a money line perspective, Clippers opening up at -101. They're -105 pretty much across the board. The total here opened up at 214.5. It's gone up a half point to 215. From a cash perspective, we have 8,297 tickets in. On the spread, 60% of the tickets are on the Suns, which is 51% of the cash. On the money line, 45% of the tickets are on the Clippers, 78% of the cash. On the total, 51% of tickets on the over, 60% of the cash on the over. And I moved on the Suns first quarter, first half, money line. And we'll go into why. But before we do that, take it away, my man. What are your thoughts here in this giant Game 6?
Man, this is a tricky spot, man. I feel like this is probably just has me brain fart all the way over. Every time I look at the numbers, I just can't understand what's going on here. But obviously, there's been a lot of adjustments. There's a lot of things changing. Guys coming in and out of the lineup, like Chris Paul. Once he's out of the lineup, the pace goes up. These guys tend to play pretty well. Got their best win when he wasn't in the lineup. I think they won by 6 points. Since he's been in the lineup, they lost 2, and they, it looks like they only scored by 1 point, which is the Chris Paul, the PG mishap on the free throws, and that was with the Cameron Payne heroics, and then another 4-point win as well. So it's kind of tough if you're looking back at it. But as far as what you're saying here, I kind of agree with you as far as the Suns early. I just haven't been able to pull anything on this game yet. I wanted to talk to you about it because I'm leaning under, of course, because obviously Chris Paul being in the lineup. These guys been all focusing on defense, and I'm very interested to see how Ty Lue adjusts in game, because I'm sure that there's going to be some adjustments on the Sun side. Try to get Ayton more involved, because without him being a focal point or down low, which they did take him out while having, Terrence Mann starting at 5 or fucking Batum at the 5, like having him stretched out, it's very easy for these guys to get in there, penetrate the defense, which they showed that they scored 58 points in the paint. So it's tough for me to wrap my head around these guys, duplicating 58 points in the paint, along with Paul George scoring 70% from the field. I don't think that's going to happen again. But, man, I don't know, man. I can see Game 7 just, like, right in my face, man. I think this is going to go Game 7, and I think you got the right approach, taking the Suns early. That may be it, man. I think I might be riding with you here, and I'm actually happy you kind of pushing me in this direction, because I was scared to do it, bro.
It's funny. This I didn't find scary, and we've been on a nice roll in the playoffs, and the Hawks early I liked even more when Trae Young was not in the lineup.
Agreed.
And, it was just, it was Hawks all day, all night. But we'll get into that with you tomorrow. But here, I have a simple motto in this series, and that's that I don't want to fade the Clippers. I don't want to do it. I see a lot of people doing it, and I'm not saying it's the wrong move. I just don't want to. Before, I thought that there was no value fading the Clippers. Now, the market is caught up with how well they're playing. But I could easily see a Suns first half, Clippers full game here. Paul George is a man on a mission right now. He says, we thrive in this moment. We come together even more so in these moments. This team is just made up of toughness all across the roster. We're going to give it everything we got and we'll live with the results. Scored 30 in the second half, 41 overall, 15 of 20 shooting. Nobody could stop him. DeMarcus Cousins sighting. I think Zubac was a big loss. All of a sudden, DeMarcus gets his fat ass up off the bench, puts in 15 points in 11 minutes. The main angle for me is I don't want to test the Clippers' toughness, and I don't want to test the Clippers making this a 7-game series that we know the NBA wants. I also love what Monty Williams has said, called the start unacceptable. Suns were down 20-5, right? To start the game. He said the desperation has to be there. That's the deal. Just because you have a lead in the series doesn't mean you can show up and they're going to give it to you. We have to understand that. I think we do now. We will be better when we show up the next time we play. Look, I think the Suns know what happens when they fall behind early. It's a tough team to come back on, as they're able to make adjustments better than any team we've seen in the playoffs. So, and Unc Oliver says, my classmate Monty, respect, Unc. So, it's pretty simple for me here. And I already bet it. First quarter, first half, I got minus 110 on both. Money line. I'm in.
I like that look too. I think I might tell you on that first quarter here, man. One thing that you did mention is as well as it's kind of my idea of taking that with you is because the Clippers shot 65% from three, fizzled right out. I'm sorry, from the field. They fizzled right out in the second quarter, which allowed the Suns to get the 7-point cushion. Well, getting between 7 points at the halftime. And we seen them kind of make that adjustment at halftime. They make that three at the end of the halftime. It seemed like they were going to get the mojo. And then, of course, they take the lead. And my first thought was like, yo, this shit is over. I might have to take the Suns live. I'm glad I held out on that shit, bro, because you see what happened. Obviously, those guys ended up pulling off. Paul George was exceptional. And I had to bring out, this is not a Paul George voodoo doll, you guys. This is a Paul George bobblehead. So I was trying to, had that. It doesn't bobble though no more. It's just kind of, it's the Clippers. But I don't know, bro. I just believe that DeMarcus Cousins is key though, man. That was a big deal. I mean, he did it again in the game that they won earlier. He played a little bit of minutes. I believe it was just about 5 minutes, and he had just almost 10 points in that 11 points in that 5 minutes again. So I think that's kind of what you're going to expect from him, playing tough down low. My key, man, it's all about this guy Ayton. Obviously, Ayton had a double-double, but 10 points, 11 rebounds. You got to get this guy more involved, man. And then
9 shots.
Yeah, it is terrible to look at it because they're passing up mid-range shots, because rightfully so, because Booker and Chris Paul in the Clippers wins, they're shooting about 38%. I had it right up here. My apologies. 38%, 33% from mid-range. So these guys ain't really, the analytics guys are on their ass, I'm sure. And they're like, no, pass that up. And, these guys are having wide open looks here, but they're not taking them. I think that you're going to see those guys take those shots today. So I actually am going to take those the first quarter with you, man. I think I'm going to get it at minus 115 if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm getting it at minus 115. I'm going to rock with you on that one, bro. Honestly, the other reason why I'm not on any props as well, and I know we're going to talk about props, but they're kind of getting a little too juiced here for us. A lot of the props that we've been riding on, Reggie Jackson, of course, been one of those guys that we've been looking at as far as his points. Right now, I believe they're giving us Reggie Jackson to have 20-plus points at minus 204. So obviously they caught up really good there. So let's slow it down on that. I would think more of a Ayton type of game. Is he going to get 20 points? I don't know. The way these guys have been defending him is kind of tough on the offensive side. So I'll probably stay away from the props here in this game. I think we're just going to take that with you, man. First quarter. Money line minus 115. I'm locking that in right now as I'm talking to you guys, because I really want to talk to you about it, bro. But at this point, I think this is the best play. You see the Suns come out and the Clippers just steal it, man, and take this shit to Game 7, bro. And it may be a good live opportunity to take the Clippers as well.
Yeah, I like it. It all makes sense. We got Ayton at 16.5. Again, bet 365. Bet365 just wants your money. They don't give a fuck. And they minus 120 on each side. Cockroaches.
Fucking cockroaches, man.
But George at 30.5, juice to the under. Reggie Jackson at 20.5, juice to the over. So you're looking at DeAndre Ayton over 16.5 points and Suns first quarter.
That would possibly be it, but honestly, Ayton is just tough. It's so I can see him having a bounce back game. It's just tough. I'm just saying that my book, they're kind of giving me, they're doing me dirty here. I mean, 18.5 points is at plus 102. So if I get the 19 plus, it's plus 102. That actually is about right in this case. But I'm gonna stay off of the prop here. I'm thinking more so taking the Clippers live, and I'm going to rock with you on the first quarter. That's probably the best approach that I could take up right now. And we may be able to find us a halftime spot as well, so second half bet.
Okay, free bet on totals. Very quick, we got to jump in the NHL, so let's close on this. Free bet on the totals, full game at 215 or first half at 105. That's down from 107. What would be your look?
I think the Clippers are going to win, so I think the under is the play. If the Suns do win, they have to have Chris Paul, get this pace up, so they'll go over the total. But I think the Clippers win this game. It's going to go under 215.
Oh, Wham Bam, my man! Thank you so much for jumping on this show. Great breakdowns, and Dennis Garcia on the under as well. Wham Bam. Who Bangin' Sports Talk, Wham Talk Wednesdays, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Today, baby, today, Wham. I love it. And where can we find that show? We go to the YouTube site?
Yeah, just go to Who Bangin' Sports Talk, search that YouTube, and you'll see my nice, beautiful face. At least my mom calls it beautiful. And yeah, every Wednesday, man, like you said, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, bro. Try Wham on Twitter.
I love it. And where can we Trotwham at Trotwham, TROTWAM. Wham Bam, thank you so much for joining us. I love that you are on holidays from work right now because we get you all the time. I hope you can join us again tomorrow.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be back here getting it righty.
I love it. There he is. Wham Bam in the house. We go from the hardwood to the ice rink. We go from Long Beach, California to Belleville, Ontario. Bad trade. Shit trade. But we have Belleville's finest with us. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Gokster in the house. Gokster, what is happening, my man? How are you?
Hey guys, what's going on today? I found an old Montreal sweater. I couldn't find the original one, but we got the old Quebec Nordiques, Jim. We're going strong, baby. So a little insight into what might be going on today's pick, but glad to be back, guys. Let's tell you out some more winners.
Well, we could spend 30 minutes on this game. We only have 9, but let's milk the shit out of it. Stanley Cup Final Game 2, Tampa Bay leading the series 1-0. We're at Amalie Arena. Crazy stat of the day, Gokster, is this.
Let's hear it.
The loser of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals won the championship in 3 straight years.
Really? I did not know that. I like that then. I like that.
Crazy stat. Let's go over the odds. Let's go over where the cash is and let Gokster take it away. First off, the Lightning opened up at minus 202. They're now minus 197, but there's been no move. That's at Pinnacle. There's been no move on the Habs. They opened up plus 175 at Pinnacle. They're still plus 175. So there you go. From a totals perspective, this total opened at 5. Wow, with it over at minus 112. The over 5 now is at minus 124, a 12-cent move to the over. Also, giant shout out to our gas station Sushi, who was not only on the over on Game 1, but he was also on the Lightning on the puck line, and he parlayed them, and he made a huge score. Okay, so
gas does.
Dave Berkey says Canadiens tonight easy. Last game was just to lure Tampa Bay into a false sense of security. I'll tell you why I can't, at this point, take the Habs at all.
Yeah. And
until they go back to Montreal and have lots change. Because Cooper is a good coach, and he has been putting Palat, Point, and Kucherov up against Caulfield, Suzuki, and Toffoli. And I expect Caulfield, Suzuki, and Toffoli to have a better game. They badly badly lost that matchup.
Yes, they did.
How will that change tonight, Gokster?
You know what, Jim? For whatever reason, I always forget about the last line change, and it's very huge, especially for Tampa Bay. They've been night and day from home and away here, guys. You know, at home, these guys just been racking up the goals. Nice little stat for the day here. Tampa Bay have scored 4+ goals in 7 of 10 home games in the playoffs. So when they're at home, these guys know how to they're on fire. Like you said, they got great matchups with Cooper. He knows what to do. And like you said, Jim, that line with Caulfield, they allowed 3 goals last game. Did not look good. Kucherov, that matchup just was overpowering for a really young Suzuki Caulfield lineup there. Going forward, though, guys, that was an awful start for Montreal too, Jim. I don't know if you saw the warm-up there. Price took a shot like right to the neck. Someone went really high on him in a warm-up shot to the neck. Not a good sign. They were falling all over the place, falling on pucks and shit. So it was an awful just kind of get your feet going for Montreal. Then they were down, and I ended up losing my first period on Tampa Bay. But I don't see why we don't come back with Montreal, Jim. They've been doing this all playoff long. I know it's Tampa Bay. It's a much better team, better goalie guys, but this Montreal team, they're going to have Armia back too. This is huge. They had Jake Evans, his first game since that concussion. He didn't look that good. He was great on the faceoffs, 3 for 1, but overall, you need more firepower. You need to keep up with the Tampa Bay team. You need to have more shots on net too. Only 18 shots on net is not going to be enough to beat Vasilevsky. So with Armia back, he's going to be on the fourth line with Perry Stahl, and then Armia's on the right wing there, Jim. So I like that matchup a lot better. He's had 17 games played, Armia, and he's had 5 goals and 3 assists, 17 shots on net. He does a lot more than what I think Evans is going to have to do here after the concussion too. First concussion for a young kid. I think Montreal are going to come out strong here, guys. I'm going Montreal first period, Montreal to score first. I did this last game. That was a bit, just like I said, guys, it went south, Jim, right? How bad the start of that game, guys. You don't want to shoot high on your goalie. Carey Price, Jim, took a shot like right in the collarbone, right in the warm-ups. I don't know if you saw that, but that's just not the way you want to start off the game, especially with Price. So expect a much better performance here from Montreal, guys. It's tough. Vasilevsky, 11-1 in his career against this Montreal Canadiens team. So he's definitely had their number. 18 shots on net is not enough for Montreal. They got to stop trying to get cute going high, Jim. There's like 70% of the goals that Vasilevsky's allowed in this playoffs have been high, and they know that. And they're really trying to expose that, but they weren't hitting the net. They had about 40 attempts, only hitting 18 on net. Keep it low, do what they were doing best, get the rebounds. Without Killorn, too. Killorn's a huge asset for this Tampa Bay team, Jim. Sorry, I might be going too long here, but
no, you're good. Great.
Well, Killorn's just been killing it for this playoffs. He's an offensive, defensive guy. They're going to be switching up. Killorn is looking like, where do we got here? Johnson is going to go up with Cirelli in the third line, and looking like Joseph, guy from the AHL, is going to come up on that fourth line with Maroon and Colton. So some changes for Tampa Bay. If Montreal can't win this game without Killorn, you know he's going to be ready for game 3, in my opinion. That's not confirmed, but if Montreal can't win this game, when are they going to win a game, Jim? So I like Montreal too on the money line, guys. Full game, first period. This is the tough one here. I'm also doing a race to 2 goals and race to 3 goals here, guys, for Montreal. You're getting race to 3 at plus 350, and you're getting race to 2 at plus 200. So I'm going to put a half unit on both of those. So if Montreal comes out to a strong start, which I expect, we're going to also sneak a little race to 2 and race to 3. It's a bit of a push with Vasilevsky, guys, but let's rock with Montreal.
So maybe it's a sign of panic, but I tell you what I do with Caulfield, Suzuki, and Toffoli. I break them up. And maybe that's a sign of panic.
I don't know if I'd do that, yeah.
I do that. I break them up. I fucking break them up. Look, Cooper knows he's got an advantage.
On the road, yeah.
Yeah, with a curveball and put them back together in game 3 at home.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But what a curveball it would be. No, let's not talk about what I would do as coach. I mean, that's just
at first, I didn't see what you're talking, but yeah, I hear what you're saying because of the last line change there. Cooper's just been killing them. So if you're losing your best line all playoffs, yeah, you know what? Switching up game 2, it's just and Denault. Yeah, I never thought of that, Jim. That's a really good angle there. It's an interesting angle because Caulfield didn't start game 1 and 2 against Toronto for that reason.
And look, we had, Slatsy was all over. He was like, Deneau is not getting on the ice against the Kucherov line, and it's hurting the Habs. I don't know how to fix that other than breaking up. And still, you're not going to get Deneau on the line against them. The way there were too many issues until the Habs get last change. Now, the Habs have dealt with adversity very, very good this year, and maybe they can do it here, but I just didn't see anything from game one. Now, I know it's a bad game, but I just didn't see if they go with the exact same lineup. Now, look, Killorn out hurts, but you have to do something to sort of neutralize Palat, Point, and Kucherov. Mm-hmm. And then now the Lightning power play's got even more confidence.
That's the chess game. Yeah, that's the chess match they're going to be playing all night is getting those lines and what Montreal can do. It's going to be interesting. I agree 100%, Jim. The more I think about this, too, I was going to lean towards a Tampa Bay team total under, but screw that, guys. We're doing full game over, minus 125, Jim. If I think Montreal can put the puck in the back of the net with a better performance here, Tampa Bay scored 4+ goals in 7 of the last 10 home games. Until we can see Montreal do something on the road that's going to stop Tampa Bay, I agree with you there.
I want to bet Tampa Bay Lightning team total under in game 3.
Yeah.
I can't do it here, and I don't see a way other than back in the Lightning to take care of business again on the puck line. And I don't think there's value doing that. There hasn't been any value fading the Habs all year. So at this point, I've got no moves, which sucks, unless you have Mr. Gokster on your show handing out action. So
we're loaded, guys.
Gokster, break down your action one more time, my friend.
All right. So I completely understand what Jimmy's saying with Tampa Bay. It's going to be that's the chess match. Watch out for that line with Caulfield, Toffoli, and Suzuki. What's going to happen there? With that being said, Montreal, they've done this all season long, especially in the playoffs. They come back strong in the first period. Take Montreal first period plus 161. We're still getting a great number there. And Montreal to score first. If I think they're going to score in the first period, why not take score first, cash another ticket, plus 146. That's 2 of them. Third one's going to be Montreal to win. That's on the money line, plus 176. Full game over 5. That's one I'm not as high on, but if I think I got to see something more from Montreal if I think they're going to win this game 3-1. I think Montreal are going to win 4-2, 3-2 kind of game. So I lean towards the over there. And then the other sneaky ones we're going to do, guys, race to 2, race to 3 for Montreal. Rather than doing a team total over for Montreal, Jim, at 1.5 at like minus 200, take the race to 2 at plus 200 and the race to 3 even at plus 350. Throwing a half unit on those guys, all plus money.
Very, very exciting. And I will be retweeting your action. You must follow Gokster. It's Ego 47.
That's right. Ego 47, baby. Ego, that's just the first name, last name, 47, guys. Just keep her balanced. 47 chakras and go on and on about it. But anyways.
Ego 47 on Twitter for all of Mr. Gokster's action. There you have it. Thank you, Mr. Gokster. Sorry we didn't have more time. We will have more time on Friday. I promise you that, to break down the giant game 3. And then don't forget, Saturday, Sunday off.
Yeah.
So game 4 will be Monday, which is very, very interesting. Jump over to Babano and CMAC right now, breaking down the entire MLB baseball card. 4 p.m. Pub Hub NBA playoff edition. We have CMAC, Babano, Dutch Boy Fresh, and Ski Profit breaking down NBA. And then at 7 p.m., we have the horses, baby. And I'm going to jump on for the last 4 races of Emerald Down. As soon as I get the kids to bed, pour myself a very strong Kraken and pick 4 at Emerald and a pick 3 at Assiniboia for me. Mr. Gokster, thank you for all your hard work, my man.
Thank you, guys.
Also, you guys in the chat, truly, it really feels like we're doing this as a team and we are winning as a team and we keep on winning, and let's keep doing that shit. Thank you to all you guys for all of your support. Mr. Gokster, my man, and to our producer, Jose, on the 1s and 2s. We love you so much. Mr. Gokster, can you let us out of here, my friend?
Oh, yeah, guys. We'll let you everyone out, but I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat here quickly. North Ender, Turnsey, Kenny, Johnny, everyone, Mike, Chris, Robert Allen. It's not a show without everyone in the chat, as always, guys. Leche, Elos, bookmakers, get that cash.
Milk that shit.
Go Habs, baby.
Milk
Go
that
Habs.
shit.
1-1, game 3. where's the bang bang, Preston? Come on.
I can't breathe.
Pub Sports Radio. Come find us in Southtown 101. Subscribe on YouTube and all platforms where podcasts are found.